Hello everybody, how are you? Happy March 20th. It is the first day of spring. It is a gorgeous day here in Louisiana. I know some of you are in the Northeast getting snow, so enjoy that. I will take my flip-flops any day in March. So I wanted to chat for a few minutes. First of all, I need to know if there is a notepad that goes in your shower, because every time, I'm telling you guys, every time I step into my shower, it's like beam me up Scotty, but it's Jesus just downloads to me. So I have like these major brain dumps in the shower, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to write this down. So a few minutes ago, I jumped out of the shower and had to start just jotting down a few notes. And I had this brain dump. So if you guys can point me to the direction of if there is something that exists where you can take notes in the shower. If not, I'm inventing that because I need that. So I wanted to jump on here for a few minutes before I have to get my kiddos from school. Hey guys, thanks so much for jumping on. So about that guy, some of you may have seen my post that it is my dad's birthday. And I got to thinking about so many different things, and we'll try to keep this short and concise and to the point. And now he just got on, so now it's going to be even harder to talk about him. But the first thing I have to say is to my Grandma Jean, thank you so much for giving birth to such an amazing person. So March 20th, 65 years ago, James Logan Jenkins was born. He started his life on this earth, and I'm forever grateful for Grandma Jean and for that life that began. Now, what I want to chat about is, thank you, hey Dad, happy birthday. What I want to chat about for a second is the impact, the influence, the ripple effect that one person can have. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little glimpse, a little picture into what I remember most about growing up. So my husband will joke all the time and say, oh, you guys just had a beaver cleaver house, you know, you just had a perfect childhood. And I truly have to tell you, that's exactly how it was. So one of the biggest, strongest, most ingrained memories in my brain is my dad was a commander in the Navy, and he got home from work every day, usually by 5:30. It seemed pretty consistent that he would go to work early and come home every day by 5:30. So I have to tell you guys, every single day I have vivid memories of him coming home in that amazing Navy uniform. I loved summer whites the best. He'd come home, he'd take his hat off, he'd kiss my mom, he'd say hi to all of us, he would change, we would sit down to eat. Now here's another thing. I knew we had a great life. I didn't know how amazing until I got married and then I had babies. And now I'm like, my parents need trophies, they need medals, they need awards. There are not enough plaques and gold stars to give out for my parents because I never remember them arguing. I never remember them fighting. I do remember getting disciplined, but it was always, here's the rules, you disobeyed. Here we go. And there wasn't a whole lot of that. We were really good kids. Every single day at 5:30, my mom had a home-cooked meal done. Spaghetti, goulash, tuna noodle casserole. We were Northerners for a very long time. We had our staples, our regulars, lasagna, casseroles, lots and lots of casseroles. And my dad would get home. We would all sit around the dinner table. We would eat we would sit there for hours every single day. I seriously do not remember a night where we did not sit around and have a family meal. So now we have to say, you know, I don't know why that ripple didn't continue because I don't cook and we don't really do very good about family meals. But growing up, our childhood was amazing. My dad worked so hard. We always saw his work ethic. He worked hard so that mom could stay home and homeschool us. We would do most of our homeschooling during the day, but then my dad would help with math and science at night. And he really instilled in us, you can do whatever you want, you can be whoever you want to be, dream big. And so one of the key things that I want to share with you guys is words matter, and building a legacy is possible just by words that you say repeatedly over time. And I remember all growing up, and even now as a 41-year-old, the power of my dad's words in our life. And when I think about the fact that they've been married for 43 years and the fact that we did have such an amazing childhood and the legacy now with 10 grandkids and what our family cherishes and has experienced and all of the life lessons all boils down to the example that my dad put for all of us and the words that he uses. Anybody that knows him, and I would love for you guys, if you know him, to comment with one thing that stands out. And I promise you, I guarantee you, 99% of you are going to talk about his joy, about his smile that lights up a room, about his laughter. And that truly comes from knowing who we are in Christ, knowing where we're going, knowing what we were put on this earth to do, coming with that purpose and placing that legacy that is the ripple effect that has happened for our family is absolutely unbelievable. So today, I just wanted to honor my dad and pay tribute to somebody who's been married for 43, 44 years, I should know the exact number. Somebody who lives every day as a hard worker, who never complains, who gives more than he receives, who is unselfish, who continuously shines bright for Jesus and continuously points us to Jesus. And for what that places in my heart as a wife and as a mom and as somebody who has a family, knowing that one person that was born 65 years ago on March 20th changed the course of so many people's lives, changed the history of our family. We don't even have time to talk about the spiritual legacy of what started with my parents. It just is absolutely unbelievable and remarkable. So I have to shout out to my awesome Grandma Jean, who gave birth to such an amazing man. I have to give a huge shout out to my dad, who is celebrating 65 years young. If you guys want kind of a sneak peek into life from his perspective, I'm gonna put a video link in the comments below. I had somebody tell me last night, you need to get your dad on camera a little bit more. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I probably do, because he's so genuine and he's so real. And he is truly living a life of abundance and gratitude and building a legacy that I know will continue for generation after generation after generation. And knowing that one person can change a life, one person can change a family, one person can change the course of an entire generation for generations to come. So I guess I'll leave this just like I do most. Now you can't cry, because then I'm going to start crying. I'm going to leave this with a challenge to put that phone down and invest in your kids. Cook a meal, now I got to point to myself, and sit around a kitchen table and catch up. Talk, listen, learn, grow, be grateful. Because the legacy, Stacy's crying too, the legacy that I feel that he has left in us, and the challenge that he has encouraged us to grow into our potential and who we should be as wives, as moms, as Christians, the whole 9 yards, is just something that I have a really, really hard time putting into words. Thus, the live video. So happy birthday, Jay Jenkins. You are the best dad in the world. I can't imagine life without you, and we are all so blessed. Anybody that knows you and anybody that doesn't know you can go back and look at your pictures and see your joy, and it's just absolutely the most inspiring thing ever. So I'm not going to sing happy birthday, but I am going to say happy birthday. And if you guys want to give some happy birthday love to my dad, thank you for being amazing. Thank you for your work ethic. Thank you for being selfless. And thank you for building a legacy that will truly be carried on for generations. Love you.